Hey, Glasgow Movie Addict here, back for another review. And it's for the second movie I watched for my Monday night cinema trip. It's none other than powerful drama 1001. 1001 stars Tiana Taylor as Inez, an ex-con who comes out of prison and is on the streets of New York and kidnaps a 6-year-old boy, Terry, who is living in the foster care system. Now it's not a kidnapping in the traditional sense. She takes him away from the foster care system after she notices that he's been in hospital with serious injuries, and she raises him as her own son, alongside her long-term boyfriend Lucky, and it tells the story of Inez and Terry and Lucky as Terry grows up, and it talks about an ever-changing New York City. Now, what's good about New York is it tells different time periods. It's New York in the mid-90s through to New York in the early 2000s to mid-2000s, with all the different mayors, different developments, changes to the city. Now, one of the good things about this film is it doesn't show New York in the traditional sort of touristy sense that you would expect. There's not all the glamorous pictures of Manhattan and all the skyscrapers. This film teaches you the real streets of New York, places, areas like the Bronx, Brooklyn, and Harlem. Harlem is where Inez and Terry grow up. This is where Inez raises Terry. And it talks about the social inequalities and social problems that exist in that society. There are issues where their landlord is trying to suggest that they leave because they've got problems with their flat, and that sort of subtly um, nods to gentrification. And there's little stories involving the police brutality towards black people in America, and just other sort of social issues that happen in New York. And it really sort of brings that home, which I liked about the film. Tiana Taylor is an actress that I've never heard of before this movie. She's brilliant in this film as Inez, and through her character, it shows of someone who's just got out of prison and has nothing, to someone who has her house and is raising a son. Um, Very persistent, very determined. It's a kind of against all odds type story, and all the struggles that she goes through, that Inez goes through while trying to raise Terry, and trying to evade the social system. And then it talks about as Terry grows up, becomes a teenager, and there's all this sorts of stuff that happens throughout the film, throughout the story. Now, 1001, admittedly, is not my kind of film. It's not my genre, but I really liked it for what it was. I thought it was a really good film, really well made, very hard hitting. As I say, Tiana Taylor's fantastic in it. And overall, I'm going to give this film a 7.5 out of 10. And the reason I'm giving it a 7.5 is because, and this is just a minor criticism, it's just a personal taste thing, is that I feel it doesn't really have the same rewatchability about it, knowing what happens at the end, what happens in the story. I don't think I could go back and watch this film again and again and still enjoy it the same way. But that said, 1001 is really good. It's solid. It's well directed by A.V. Rockwell. There's very good sort of social commentary on it, on New York from the mid-90s to the mid-2000s, and the sort of social issues that exist in the city. Um, A decent film, really good. I did quite enjoyed it. I was engaged with it. It's quite emotional in bits and quite hard hitting. It does end quite abruptly, but overall a good film. 7.5 out of 10 from me. If you've seen 1001, let me know what you think and comment below, and I will be back on my next review. My name is Robert. You're listening to Glasgow Movie Addict. Speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.